pull, but I think the referee saw his boot coming out as well.
Yeah,
there you are.
Nothing really going well, nothing going for Eddie Brennan so far, you know, not a sharp. Lovely bit of skill by Brendan Maher there over the head. You don't normally see that, you know, and off the hurling straight out to Lara Corbett. Beautiful skill.
So Brendan Cummins will take this. John O'Brien and Owen Kelly in the inside forward line as we look the other end of the field. Brendan Cummins now hitting at a fair old distance, dropping 20 metres out from the Kilkenny goal. Reacting to it there was Garroyd Ryan, sending it to the left, however, and he's put the ball wide. It's just the second wide of the match for Tipperary. One in the first half and now one at the very beginning of this second 35 minutes.
Yeah, see Eddie Brennan operating out at right half forward now, and you know he's been taken off in the last couple of matches, and just maybe confidence affected a little bit. And it'll be interesting to see, you know, how long he gets there.
Here's JJ Delaney. Chop Fitzpatrick now. Huge one towards Richie Power. Full back under pressure. Immediately Power in there. Support arriving. And it again picked up by Padraig Maher. Brilliant play by the man who was full back last year. Left half back this afternoon. Mention of left half backs. Here's JJ Delaney. Blocked. And that ball's gone out over this near sideline. Shane McGrath probably still wondering why he was yellow carded in the first half, and indeed many of the Tipperary followers as well.
Yeah, Richie Power proven a real handful inside. He had a couple of good chances of points since half time, didn't get them, and a great block down now by Shane McGrath. And TJ Reid very good on the line balls, and the win behind him here is a good chance of putting this over.
He's caught it beautifully, bang on cue, he's put it over the bar, and the teams are level for the second time. What a fantastic score that was from the sideline by TJ Reid, the 22-year-old from Ballyhale Shamrocks. 110 for Kilkenny, 110 for Tipperary. From the puck out. Pressure in there immediately on John Tennyson's half-back line. Comes out here towards Michael Fennelly. Tommy Welch knocking it forward comfortably under it was Declan Fanning. Took it down beautifully. Away off his left-hand side. Over to the unmarked Brendan Maher. Marking a slack over there. On towards Patrick Maher. Running into challenges, however. Slipping the little hand pass towards Garroyd Ryan, running into the shoulder of John Dalton, comes bouncing back out again here. Owen Kelly is foraging. 3 Kilkenny players are after him there for company, and it comes out to Cha again. He loses it to Noel McGrath. Mistakes been made. Highly entertaining match. Ball slipped forward here. One for Patrick Maher to go after. Pursued by Jackie Tyrrell. It's still Maher, and they slide into the challenge. And the referee has blown his whistle and seen a tug back, and it's going to be a free in. Good work by Patrick Maher.
It was. I think Noel McGrath was looking for Patrick Maher maybe to go a little bit earlier there. He saw the pass and he didn't get inside, and Jackie Tyrrell just leaned in over him here. But you know, just before that, Brendan Maher got the ball and he slipped it on to Patrick Maher as well. And really, he should have just popped it over the bar, and he ran with it and put himself under pressure. And I'd expect maybe Seamus Callan to come into the game fairly soon. He's flying it in training, and you know, big mobile athletic player and a great finisher. He could just turn the game.
Third top scorer for Tipperary in last year's match. He got 3 points from play in that game. Owen Kelly got 4 points in the first half, all of them from frees. And from 20 metres out, he puts it straight over the bar. No mistake at the start of this second half. And so it's Tipperary who are back in front again.
Yeah, and I think the substitutions are going to make a big difference. You know, you have the likes of Parburke, Seamus Callan, you have Martin Comfort, maybe Richie Hogan on the other side, you know, and it could be some of those that will come on and change the game.
PJ Ryan now at college in Carlow, studying a GA course and business as well. Just finished year 1 of a 3-year course. Tucking it out towards Owen Larkin. Bounces back out here towards JJ Delaney. Neatly picked up there by Michael Fennelly. Stopped initially by Paddy Stekelham, and away it comes back up to the forwards again. Brilliantly caught by McGrath. On to Lar Corbett. They fire hurleys at him, but nobody's able to stop Lar Corbett, who's in for a second goal to delight the Kilkenny fans. One after 10 minutes, another after 42, and it's Tipperary who lead the final by 2-11 to 110. As he was striking it, they were firing hurleys to try and stop him, but nobody able to put paid to the gallop of the fearless Sarsfield star. He won an All-Ireland medal in 2001, and he's looking for another here. And there's a yellow card for John Tennyson, the thrower of the hurley.
But look, again, I said about Noel McGrath in the first half, the vision that he has from centre forward is unbelievable. He was going one way, switched to play with a hand pass, and Lara Corbett coming to diagonal again for a brilliant goal. TJ
Reid trying to pick the ball up, supported here by Michael Rice, dodging around, losing possession, picks it off the ground, and it's going to be a free to Tipperary, and it heats up. Pushing and shoving and jostling, and the linesman in there to try and restore a little bit of order as the mist descends on Croke Park in front of an attendance of just under 82,000, and Michael Wadding for Waterford says to them all, cool it down a little bit, lads, there's a long way to go. The fans loving it. Kilkenny here to try and win another, the historic 5 in a row. Tip have other ideas. At the beginning of this match, the Roll of Honour read Kilkenny 32 titles, Cork 30, Tip 25, and then you've got to go down to Limerick, who've got 7. Tip want another. Brendan Cummins has got a point already in this game. From inside his own 65 metres, he fires it in, they race for it, breaking down here, and Noel McGrath has found the back of the net. Another one for Tipperary. 2 minutes after Lara Corbett's second goal, Noel McGrath is on hand to steer it in past PJ Ryan, and the Tip goalkeeper is beaten for the 3rd time.
Big high ball in. I just watched Noel McGrath just coming in, and it just bounced up to him, swung the hurler and it bounced up and he flicked it into the net.
It mightn't win goal of the year, but it might win an All-Ireland. But Kilkenny will have other ideas. Aidan Fogarty setting off. It's stolen away from him. Shoulders coming in on Garroyd Ryan. In the end, Declan Fanning knocks it away. Breeze holds it up onto the 65-metre line. Owen Kelly trying to make some inroads. Stop there. Michael Rice knocking it away for Kilkenny, who now have a battle on their hands. 7 points behind. But it's early stages of the second half. Still only 10 minutes into the second 35-minute period. Michael Cahill for Tipperary, knocking it out of defence to Garroyd Ryan, to the team who were beaten by Kilkenny in last year's final, who want to atone for that loss. It's left there for John Dalton to come on to. Little hand pass to Noel Hickey. And Hickey, the man from Dunnamaggin, down there as far as Chaff Fitzpatrick, trying to win his duel with Brendan Maher. He's left it there for Owen Larkin to take it forward. And Larkin inside towards Richie Power. Went there, unchallenged initially. Now he's challenged, and now he's fouled by Michael Cahill, and it's going to be a free in. And that's one thing that Tipperary cannot afford to do, to concede frees to men like Richie Power in situations such as this one here. This was the goal situation, availed of brilliantly by Noel McGrath. And that's the reaction of his manager, Liam Sheedy.
Yeah.
Now they're saying, use your head. This is what Henry was saying to the Kilkenny players this time last year.
Brilliant running though by Noel McGrath. You know, he travelled 50-60 yards on the chance that the ball might break to him, and that only happens maybe once in a lifetime in an Ireland final like that. And what Tipperary have to be careful of now is not to give away a few handy frees and let Kilkenny creep back into it. They're 6 points up now, and again doing all the hurling, but Kilkenny won't panic, and I'd expect maybe Martin Comfort, someone like that, to be brought on shortly.
Well, he came on last year, but how they'd love to be able to bring in Henry Shefflin. Took a gamble on his fitness, it didn't work out. Brendan Cummins pucking it out. Remember how close Tipperary came to beating Kilkenny last year, down to about the last 5 to 10 minutes. They couldn't hold out on that occasion. Can they hold out here? The Cats will have other ideas, applying the pressure. Brendan Cummins, cool as you like, and the 35-year-old knocks it back into the middle of the field once again. We're rising up for it as Brendan Maher, collecting it as Padraig Maher, and the Mahers of Tipperary advance 45 metres out. Caught in there by Noel Hickey, the fullback for Kilkenny. looking for some support, getting it there from Jackie Tyrrell, the man who started this run in 2006 as captain that year when they beat Cork. As the play continues, there's a little row breaking out between a couple of players off the ball. Owen Larkin trying to advance. Action at both ends of the field. Referee allows play continue. It's Conor O'Mahony who has it. The centre half back linking up with Shane McGrath. The row's over. The play game continues. It's beautifully caught here by Lar Corbett, the man who's got 2 goals in the final. The man who's been fouled now, and it's a free for Tipperary. What a game.
Yeah, what a game Lar Corbett is having. He's just, fantastic catch there, especially there was after been, a row up in the corner involving maybe 5 or 6 players, and, Lar Corbett then shows the leadership again there. Brilliant catch.
Well, while we were watching action at one end, this was what was going on at the other. Well, we didn't quite need to call for Judge Judy, but anyway, peace has been restored, and it's going to be a free. And the referee is going to have some words, I think. He's having words with Owen Kelly.
There wasn't much in it. The linesman has called the ref's attention to it. But Tipper not going to be intimidated. Kilkenny physically very, very powerful, but Tipper standing up to him.
Well, it's Tommy Walsh is now being called across along with Owen Kelly, and no more of that, I think, says Michael Wadding. First referee from Waterford to handle an All-Ireland hurling final since 1990 when it was John Moore. So yellow cards to both players. I'll make that a total of 4 yellow cards in this year's final, 2 per team.
An interesting Noel McGrath, taking the longer frees, worked very well against Cork.
He's taken this one from just inside the 40, from the 65-metre line. The wind did him no favours whatsoever. This contrary swirling breeze, making it impossible for the players.
I just think Owen Kelly's experience, All-Ireland final day, he always produces the goods on the big day, and maybe let him take the frees and take the pressure off McGrath. Just let him concentrate on playing the game he's playing, which he's playing brilliantly. Case
of minimising errors and maximising opportunities at this stage. Declan Fanning under pressure from the hard-working Owen Larkin into the centre of the field where Cha Fitzpatrick gets under it. Runs on there for John Tennyson to come on to. Strongly built fellow, slipping the pass beautifully here from Michael Rice. Dangerous for Tipperary. Rice advance, down he goes. Another moment of indiscipline by Tipperary, and there's a chance for Kilkenny to punish them emphatically. This time it's Paddy Stapleton who was being spoken to along with Paul Curran there, and the referee indicating another free in which Richie Power will take. He's got a goal and 7. Conor O'Mahony is down injured, as you can see here. He'd be a huge loss. So the medics look at him, we look at Richie Power, and that's over, and it's a goal and 8 points now for Richie Power. The 8 points have come from frees. The goal, of course, came in the first half in the 32nd minute.
Yeah, almost unbelievably, Kilkenny have only scored 2 points from play. Yeah, fair collision there between. It looks like a dead leg maybe that he suffered there. But Kilkenny have only scored 2 points from play, both in the first half. Tipperary got one, Aidan Fogarty got another, and it's a long time since we've seen that. The Tipperary backs are playing brilliantly. Declan Fanning in particular is having an outstanding game at right half back.
Well, let's go down to the sideline for some comment. Marty Morrissey.
Yes, indeed, Chair. Henry Shefflin showed the first sign of concern by coming down from the substitute bench on crutches down to the dugout. And after a deep conversation, the Kilkenny management team are bringing in a double substitution, Derek Ling and Martin Comerford.
Thanks, Marty. We're watching Derek Ling and Martin Comerford just to the right there. So number 20 will be Derek Ling. He, of course, played in midfield last year. And Martin Comerford. So number 8, Cha Fitzpatrick, comes off, and number 13, Eddie Brennan, who didn't score today, is being replaced now by Martin Comerford. It now means that they have used 3 of their subs. And we've still got 20 minutes to play in this final. There's a lot of hurling to look forward to. Will it be 5 in a row, that historic target, or will Tipperary foil them this time, just as awfully foiled Kerry in football back in 1982? An intriguing next 20 minutes of sport on one of the big days in Irish sport. Kilkenny living dangerously at the back. Jackie Tyrrell advancing, adventurously taken out eventually, and slipped in here as far as John Tennyson. The Cats looking for scores. It's got to drop short. Out comes Brendan Cummins. Oh, the hand pass goes to TJ Reid. What was he doing? And it's gone over the bar. TJ Reid's got a point from play, just a third for Kilkenny in this match. He's got 2 of the points from play, but Brendan Cummins had time here, hand passed it to a couple of players who were being well marked, and the initiative is swinging this way and that. Yeah,
it was just a big casual there. We saw this in the first half. Tipper 6 points up, and next thing Kilkenny had it back to a point, and they were 7 up, and now we're back to 4 points again.
And back comes Patrick Maher, the man in the white helmet, number 11 in there. Tommy Walsh trying to get it up onto his stick, waiting for it. Lark Corbett, number 15, in the end it's picked up by Jackie Tyrrell, and Tyrrell sets off. He's meant to be left corner back. He has a go from a huge distance, still in play. It's dangerous. Aidan Fogarty trying to make an angle, trying to slip it back here towards TJ Reid. He's overhit it, comes out as far as Declan Fanning, and Fanning to an unmarked player, Brendan Maher. Into the inside forwards towards Lark Corbett, bounces away from John Tennyson, slipped forward once again beautifully. In here as far as Michael Fennelly, back out it comes. Michael Rice inside to TJ Reid, needing a bit of support here, and back to Declan Fanning again. Not the best of clearances. Straight out to Derek Ling, the substitute. Slipped it outside to TJ Reid, running into a lot of Tipperary players, and one of them, Noel McGrath, goal scorer earlier on, swivels around beautifully, has an opportunity to hand pass it outside, takes that opportunity with Padraig Maher on his shoulder. Back there battling is Michael Fennelly, helped out by Tommy Welch. Tommy Welch advances 65 metres out from the Tipperary goal, hits it, lets the wind carry it inside towards Fogarty, breaks for the goalkeeper Brendan Cummins, a good deal more careful this time with his clearance. He has 3 players to aim at, one of them Shane McGrath. 19 minutes into the second half, broken down. Kilkenny trying to pick up the initiative again in the middle of the field. Again it's Jackie Tyrrell, 10.5 minutes since Tipperary last scored. Tyrrell's going forward again, got a point in last year's match, on as far as Derek Ling, and it's gone over the bar. Well, he can be the catalyst in their revival. Derek Ling's first points since being introduced.
Ger, what a passage of play, unbelievable, up and down the field. And look at the substitutions now. Martin Comfort, Derek Ling, Richie Hogan gone in there now, and Kilkenny 7 points down, back to 3 again. They're just some team, you know, they've won so much and yet the hunger is still there, and Tipperary playing brilliantly, but they haven't scored now in a long time. They really need a score to settle them again.
Well, Richie Hogan's on, Taggy is off, otherwise Aidan Fogarty scored 1 point in the first half. Had an opportunity there to set something up a few minutes ago, and I think the patience of the selectors just wore thin. And they're in decisive mood, the men on the line, Brian Cody, Martin Fogarty and Michael Dempsey. They want to win this, they want their piece of history. 5 in a row has never been done in hurling or in football. It's a 3-point game. Tipperary looking for a score, looking for a forward attack, and Paddy Stapleton goes down. And the referee is going to call across one of the Kilkenny players for that challenge.
Yes, Jackie Tyrrell, and I was just going to say in the last 10 minutes, really, he's been brilliant for Kilkenny, winning every ball, driving up the field, showing that leadership, and that yellow card goes back. He was, you know, it was a silly free to give away. There was no danger there, and this is a big free now for Tip, and I expect Owen Kelly to take it after Noel McGrath missing the last one.
Well, at this stage in the match, Michael, with 15 minutes to go, it'll be all very well to be, you know, those with honours degrees in hindsight and retrospection at 5 o'clock, but right here and now, at this stage, Kilkenny will fight might and main to win the 5 in a row, to keep their record intact. And Tipperary, well, they are once again tantalisingly so close.
Yeah, I think they need to bring in a couple of subs. You know, Seamus Callan and Par Burke, you know, they need to be introduced now. I think Patrick Maher, you know, hasn't hit a ball. Tommy Walsh really coming into the game.
Conor O'Brien is being prepared. John O'Brien.
That's probably for Conor O'Mahony, who's injured.
Was that a double yellow?
But yeah, look, I don't know what the chance of me getting a degree at this stage of my life, but you know, Owen Kelly, this free is huge. I think, you know, with 15 minutes to go, there were 7 points up, it's now 3, and if he can put 4 between them, it gives them a little bit of breathing space, but it's going to go right down to the last whistle. It's going to be close all the way.
So here it comes. 5 points so far from frees. Middle of the park, 60 metres out from the target. Needs to be accurate. It's spot on. Owen Kelly has got another one to blow it out to a 4-point difference once again. And Conor O'Brien is coming in, and he's coming in as a replacement for Conor O'Mahony, who clearly is feeling the effects of that injury.
Yeah, Pádraig Maher gone to centre back, Conor O'Brien onto the wing. He'd be maybe better known as a cornerback. So, you know, big task on Martin Comfort now for the last 15.
Pressure on Paddy Stapleton once again here as it breaks back out. The back's having a lot to do. Richie Power looking threatening every time and he's anywhere near that ball. Well, of all the subs to be introduced, I don't think Conor O'Brien would have been expected to be the first in off the bench there for Tipperary. There were other options, as you mentioned, Seamus Callanan a couple of times.
Yeah, I do think Kilkenny will need another goal if they're going to win this match. I don't see them scoring 5 or 6 points now. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I think they need a goal if they're going to get back into it.
Brendan Maher. That's missed by Noel McGrath. Still they battle. Picked up beautifully here. Neat play. Cross here as far as TJ Reid. Letting it fly and putting it sailing between the bars once again.
Yeah, he's having
for TJ Reid.
He's having a super game again. You know, three points in play on the line ball, and he's having a brilliant game and carrying on his great form for Ballyhale during the year.
So Seamus Callanan is on and John O'Brien is the one who makes way.
Yeah, this guy can be very, very explosive. He gets some great goals, and you know, Tip will be hoping he can do something different, special, just to turn the tide, because Kilkenny are way on top in the last 15 minutes.
Michael Fennelly doing brilliantly. Once again, knocking it down there into space. Covering that space is Michael Cahill, playing his heart out at left cornerback into Pádraig Maher. Now, as you say, at one of his best positions, I think, centre half back. Played there in the league final last year against Kilkenny. That match went to extra time. Who knows how this one is going to go, as Seamus Callanan introduces himself by putting it over the bar. What an introduction. First touch, first shot, brilliant use of possession. Well, he's pumped up, the Tipperary fans are pumped up, and they've got a lead of 4 points here.
A great play by Gary O'Brien, who's actually having a very good second half on JJ Delaney, who dominated in the first half, but he's winning some great ball there and he laid it off, and that's what Callanan does. You know, he's been in great form in training. And
John Dalton okay. Puck out by PJ Ryan. Oh, what a catch by Michael Fennelly. Brilliantly done. Hooked superbly there. There's tremendous skill in this match, even in the adverse weather conditions, as Owen Larkin takes off past Paddy Stapleton. Dangerous for Tipperary. They bottle him up. They group around him. And in the end, Paul Curran comes out, plays superbly as a fullback, gets it away out to Declan Fanning. We're nearly 60 minutes into the contest, 10 to go. Who's going to win the 2010 All-Ireland Hurling Final? Lark Corbett, it's going right, it's not on target, and it's gone wide.
Yeah,
and that's 4 wides now for Tipperary.
Seamus Callanan loose inside there. All they needed was a little flick in over the top, but great play by Paddy Stapleton in the last play. Owen Larkin carried the ball 40-50 yards. Paddy Stapleton stayed with him all the way and flicked the ball off his hurl. A vital interception.
Well, Brian Cody has made 4 changes to his forces. Tip have made 2 at this stage. Kilkenny need the ball. Inside towards Richie Power again. Goalkeeper holds securely, and Brendan Cummins sweeps it out, but only as far as Michael Fennelly. Drops it down. Garo O'Brien got a little nudge there. Tucked it away from Fennelly. Sweeps it away down. Lark Corbett couldn't hold on to it. Comes back out to JJ Delaney, standing 65 metres out from his own goal. Intervening there was Michael Cahill, coming across, about to be challenged by TJ Reid. Slipped it out to Pádraig Maher for Tipperary, and Tipperary advance again, and it's up towards Seamus Callanan once again, looking for another score. What a point! What a superb score! 2 brilliant points by Seamus Callanan. That's absolutely superb play. And there are 5 points between the teams.
Yeah, that's brilliant hurling, Gerard. Michael Cahill, who's having a great game at cornerback. Little flick onto Pádraig Maher, and first time ball up the wing, and Callanan showing his pace and off his left side. A brilliant score.
Back with the action here. Garo O'Brien can't take your eye off this for a moment. Been played at nearly 100 miles an hour. Up it comes towards Noel McGrath. McGrath waiting. teasing Kilkenny. That's a very ambitious ball, too ambitious by far, but it might still work out for Tipperary because Brendan Maher's gone in, taken it. Oh, that looked to be a foul there by John Tennyson.
Oh, that's definitely a free in.
Well, he looked to have got Lark Corbett there, but the referee didn't blow his whistle.
Yeah, definitely. Just watch here. John Tennyson just pulled Lark Corbett to the ground there. Definitely a free in. And just there again, Seamus Callan was loose again. The energy he's shown since he come on is unbelievable.
Another change here. Benny Dunn has just come on for Tipperary, and I think it is it Garroyd Ryan who's gone off? TJ Reid's also coming off.
That's a strange one, I think, after scoring.
So Benny Dunn has come on. Well, Benny will want to atone for last year. You might remember he was sent off in the match last year. So Shane McGrath's gone off the Tipperary team. Benny Dunn into the middle of the park to try and seal a victory. But you can be certain the champions of the last 4 years will have other ideas. Richie Power standing over this. 65 metres out from the Tipperary goal. His team 5 points behind. 7 minutes to play. High up into the air, and it's gone left, and it's gone wide. Is the 5 in a row about to slip away from all kinds of possibilities for Tipperary team, fans, mentors, everybody who supports them? Can Tipperary hold on? Will Kilkenny still prevail? An intriguing prospect for the last 7 minutes or thereabouts. Michael Fennelly. Oh, that's thrown again. The referee has blown for a throw. Second time in the match, this time against JJ Delaney. 3:14 for Tipperary, 1:15 for Kilkenny.
And that's a hand pass this time. It was straight to Owen Kelly anyway.
Owen Kelly, who got the hand pass anyway, as you say, ready to take this. He's got 6 points already in the match. All of them have come from frees, all of them so highly important. And from 45 metres out, he sticks it over the bar once again.
A great performance by Tipperary so far. You know, they've got a couple of leads up, then surrendered them, and then weathered the storm and came again. And at this stage, you know, it's early to call. 6 points, great lead going into the last 5 minutes.
Well, it certainly is that, and now you get the feeling that Kilkenny are the ones who are going to need goals if they're going to try and keep that 5 in a row dream alive. It'll be analysed later, the makeup of the team and the way in which the game was approached. There were such hot favourites. Not too many people fancied Tipperary to come here and to get a victory against their great rivals. May not happen yet. There's still 5 minutes. John Tennyson to strike it. He's hit it right and he's hit it wide. It's not working out for Kilkenny. The champions have put behind their 6th wide. Liam Sheedy against Brian Cody. Tipperary against Kilkenny. Final few minutes. Tension all around the place. A sense of expectation if you're a Tipperary fan. A sense of foreboding if you're from Kilkenny. From the puck out. Brendan Maher tries to get in there. So too Patrick Maher. 2 men in white helmets. John Mulhall lobbing it down there towards Richie Hogan. Can't quite get to it. Martin Comerford can. Derek Ling trying to swing it across here over towards Owen Larkin. Again, Richie Power trying to advance, and Power has it. He's got a chance and he's put it over the bar. They were looking for a goal, but it's a goal and 9 for Richie Power. Will he finish, however, on a winning team?
Yeah, got a strange decision there. You know, there's 6 points now. I think he should have went for the goal anyway.
Well, he didn't go for it, and Brendan Cummins will breathe a sigh of relief. beaten just once. Referee says, hurry it up, Brendan. As you can see on the clock, almost 67 minutes gone. Held on to again here by Jackie Tyrrell. Oh, poor clearance, straight to Padraig Maher, advancing with purpose. Looking for a support player. Lark Corbett came to him but couldn't quite take it. In the end, it's JJ Delaney. These teams have battled some great matches in recent times. Michael Rice on as far as Richie Hogan. Hogan, the 22-year-old, tries to get free, looks for another score, but again, 3 Tipperary men around him. John Mulhall has never scored in the championship. He might get a point here. He has now. John Mulhall, who is Kilkenny's 5th and final sub. There's another change, and it's David Young who's come on. Well, what was he doing there?
He could be gone off again.
Certainly could.
Just ran straight in. It was not overly English, we just ran straight into Owen Lark and turned him upside down.
Just in the action a couple of seconds. Well, I know he was pumped up, but he should have been a bit more careful than that. He gets himself a yellow card. 2 minutes to go. Just wonder how much stoppage time there will be. We'll have another sub shortly. Seamus Hennessy will be introduced as well, and that'll be the 5th sub for Tipperary. Now it's a case of holding out. They've looked comfortable enough. Kilkenny a bit disjointed, not their usual fluent self. As Michael Rice knocks it away down, Comerford rises for it, looks to see where did it go. It went to a Tipperary man, and they have it again. Curran slips it out here towards David Young, loses his way. In to help comes Garroyd Ryan. We're in the 69th minute. Padraig Maher can't hold it. Coming on to take it there, Michael Rice, looking for a support player. Michael Fennelly has a go from a distance, and he's put it wide. It's just not Kilkenny's day. A very dangerous thing to say when there's still a few minutes to play, but it's looking like the 5 in a row is gone. Tipperary making another change. It's looking good for Tipperary. They haven't won since 2001, when Brendan Cummins was part of the team which beat Galway on that afternoon. Tommy Dunn was the captain. 4 points the margin. Have we spoken too soon? Is there a chance yet for Kilkenny? Here's Michael Fennelly. Out to Mulhall. Blocked down well. Good combination of players. And again, swept away into the forwards. Almost anywhere will do at this stage. Just seconds to go to the end of the 70 minutes, and then a case of how many minutes will be added on. Noel McGrath, there'll be 3 additional minutes. It's still possible for Kilkenny. PJ Ryan, they've wasted a number of opportunities with their last 3 or 4 attacks, and David Young wins this one and battles to keep it away from Michael Fennelly. He slips it in there. Once again they hold the possession, and Benny Dunn sees it drop over the crossbar. What a difference 12 months can make to a team and to a player. This time last year he was sent off in the final. He's come on as a sub today, and with his first shot at the target he's put it over the bar and put 5 points between them. Seamus Hennessy has a go again, and surely now there is no way that Liam Sheedy's Tipperary can be deprived of the Liam McCarthy Cup for 2010.
And we talk about the substitutions, you know, of Kilkenny over the years. Seamus Callan has got 2 points, Benny Dunn has got a point, Seamus Hennessy's got a point. And you know, over the last 12 months I think Tip have learned an awful lot about their panel, and their manager has matured, and they know they have it now. And a fantastic performance by Tipperary on the day. And this man Padraig Maher, since he was in centre back maybe 15 minutes ago, he's been absolutely outstanding.
What an achievement by Liam Sheedy, to get back into the final 2 years in a row. I remember saying at the end of last year's final that I thought there was a win in Kilkenny in the All-Ireland Championship. I thought it might be next year, and that would be difficult enough to do, but Brian Cody will be the first to acknowledge that Tipperary were the better team this afternoon. He got it right. Most of the attention was on Henry Shefflin and the knees and the 5 in a row and all the rest of it. Tipperary kept nice and cool, just as John Dalton is right now, getting that ball away, but only delaying the inevitable. Padraig Maher will be hoping to lead Tipperary's under-21s on Saturday next to another All-Ireland victory, boosted by this one here, as that ball is caught inside there by Padraig Maher, and it's swept in the end, and it's finished in the back of the net, and there is another one for Tipperary, and for Liam Sheedy.